Hello, Julie here, and thank you for joining me here today on my YouTube channel. Now this is the start of a new thing for me. I've decided that each week I'm going to do the Roxy's weekly challenge. I'm always looking for ideas, and Roxy seems to come up, or Racheal seems to come up with terrific ideas, so I thought, why reinvent the wheel when it's all out there available? So each week I'm going to do her challenge, but of course it's February now, so I'm already behind the 8 ball, so I'm probably going to do a couple to catch up. Alright, so number one, week one was a little envelope booklet, so that's what I'm going to do, and it's got pockets in it. So I've got a large envelope here. Racheal did hers with a DL sized envelope, and I thought, well, I'd like to have it a bit bigger, so I'm going to use this envelope. I have to seal it down. So let's seal that. And now fold it in half this way, or depending on the size of your journal that you're working on, of course. If you're doing a tall skinny journal, you fold it that way. It's not really sticking there. I'm trying out some new glue here. I saw on Facebook, oh not Facebook, YouTube, that a lady here in Australia was using Boyle's glue from one of the hardware stores here at Bunnings, and I thought, well, I'll try that. So I went and bought some, and now I've just put some in this little bottle to see how it goes. So this pin is going to drive me nuts, but there you go. Alright, so it does dry pretty quickly too. Now before I fold it, I want to cover it, so I'm going to cover the whole thing on both sides with this digital. This is my latest digital called Fabulous Florals. So let me mark that where I want to cut it. I'll just leave a little border around it because the red does blend in very nicely with the colours of this digital. So I'm just, you can see, I hope you can see, I'm just leaving like a small amount, that amount, 1/16 of an inch or maybe even less, all the way around. So I'm going to cover both sides of the envelope. Let's trim that down first. And then this way. And I want to make another one exactly the same as that for the do that to the side like that. So I'll mark this one, make sure I've got it lined up well. There's not a lot of room for play. Way and that way. Right, so they're going to be my two pieces that I cover my envelope with. So let's ink around them. You don't have to ink around them if you're not an inker. You could also stitch around the paper before you attach it, because you probably don't want to stitch around it after it's attached, because the envelope is actually going to become two pockets in a minute. So Racheal actually cut her envelope in half and used a fabric spine. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to fold it and use the fold as my spine, because I won't be putting a lot of paper in there. Okay, so let's try this new glue. Alright, I have stuck that on. Sorry about the break. My mum rang me. She's in a residential care facility, and if she rings I always answer straight away. I don't want her to panic about anything. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm going to ink around the edge of it and then stick that down there. Now Racheal did hers quite different to mine, and I will of course put a link to her video in the description box if you want to go over and see how she did hers. She, her envelope, she covered that with pieces of paper, like more of a collage sort of thing, instead of being a one-piece sheet like mine. And as I said, she cut her envelope in half and did a fabric binding in the middle, what's that called? What's that bit in the middle? Forgotten. Oh, I might be joining my mum in the residential care before too long, the way I'm going with my memory. Anyway, yeah, so she did a fabric spine. But I'm not going to do that today. So I'm going to attach this on here. That's a little bit long. Yeah, I might just have to take just a whisker off of that. Just a little bit. So a friend of mine rang me up this morning and said that one of her acquaintances or relatives is a crafter, and she's part of a crafting group, and my friend is going to catch up with this person soon, and if I wanted to clean anything out, which I've been talking about for quite some time now, she would be happy to take it so that her group could use it. So that is going to be one of my projects over the next week, to clean out at least my pattern papers. Being an ex-scrapbooker, I've got a mountain of pattern papers that you can't jump over. So I'm going to go through all of those, and anything that is not an absolute favourite is going to go donated towards their craft group. And to be honest with you, I would rather do that than just take it to the op shop, because at least I know that they will enjoy it and get some benefit out of it. Now, as I said, this is a new glue, and it's an EVA glue, not a PVA glue. I normally use art glitter glue, and art glitter glue is a water-based glue, I'm pretty sure. And this one is an acetone-based glue. Right, okay, so I'm going to make, I'll put that on the outside. Yeah, I think I'll put the pattern on the outside. So now I'm going to fold that over like so, and try to make sure I've got it nicely lined up. Get my bone folder and try and press that down. And what is going on there? Okay, so now one of these is opened on the long edge and one is opened on the top. So I'm going to make this one open on the top. Or do I want? No, I might make this one open on the side and the back one open on the top. So I'm just going to trim that open. I'm just cutting off the nearest sliver, just to open that up. And there we go, we got a pocket in there. And now I'm going to cut just along there. I might do that one with my trimmer, because that's a bit more obvious. Okay. Did that cut? Yes. So you can see how much I cut off of that. Look at that. I love this trimmer. I have used this trimmer for as long as I've been paper crafting, which is, well, I'd say it's close to 25 years. And you never replace this. That's the blade. You just replace these little strips in here and they last forever, because each strip has four. You can use it four ways. Can you see that? So this comes out like that. You turn it that way and you use this strip. You turn it that way and it cuts in that strip. You turn it over and it cuts in this strip, and then it cuts in that strip when you turn it around the other way. So yeah, lasts and lasts and lasts. And the strips, when you have to replace them, are not expensive either. They're about, I don't know, 7 or 8 Australian dollars for, is it 1 or 2 in a pack? I think it's 1 in a pack for about that. And as I said, they last forever. Last forever. Right, so we've got our pocket there, and we've got our pocket there, and we've got our cover. So now I'm going to put some pages in it. So I've got these tea-dyed papers that I'm using up, and I'm going to make them a little bit smaller, so about that. I'm going to mark that about there and about there, and I'm just going to cut them up. I think I've got 4 sheets here. 1, 2, no, there's only 3. Anyway, that's enough. So there we go, that cut through all of those sheets in one cut. This is 80 GSM paper, just normal copier paper. Right, so now I'm going to fold these in half, make my signature. I'm going to position that in there, like so. So I'm going to clip them in place. A couple of these big paper clips here. See if I can. This is the first time I've used them for this, so let's hope they work properly. Now I'm going to use my stubby holder. It was a stubby holder. I cut the bottom out of it, and I'm just going to pop that down there, and I'm going to poke my holes in here. I'm going to just poke them all through at once. I'm not measuring, so I'm going to aim for about the middle, poke through. I'm going to come up to about there, poke through, and about the same down from the top and poke through. Okay, now I've got some needles here, and I'm going to use this crochet thread. I've got this in white and black, and it's really handy for this sort of thing. I've got 3 times the height of my book here, which is probably too much, but it's better in my opinion to have too much than not enough, especially when you've got a ball of crochet wool cotton like that you're probably never going to get through. Okay, so let's thread the crochet cotton through the needle. And I'm assuming that you know how to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, but I'll take you through anyway. So from the inside to the outside through the middle hole, then it doesn't make any difference if you go to the top or the bottom, either one works. So up to the top one, then straight down to the bottom one. Then back in through the middle hole, trying to make sure that you don't split the thread that you're using. Okay, there we go. Then we can take our needle off, and we put 1 thread on either side of the centre thread. Make sure that we've got it nice and firm, which we have. Don't pull too tight, otherwise you'll make your holes exceedingly large. Now we're going to just tie a knot, tie a reef knot, left over right, right over left. And then you should be right. Now you can add something to these if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to cut them off like so. Okay, so now we have an envelope that's covered with pattern paper. It has a pocket in the front here, and it has pages in it of writing paper. And it has a pocket at the back. Right, now Racheal also added some pockets to her interior pages. I'm probably not going to do too many because I'd rather leave it for writing, to be honest. But okay, so as I said, Racheal did put some pockets on hers, on her pages, which is good, but I think I'd like to just put some on the cover. I might put one in the page just to remind me that that's an option. I've got some scrappy bits here. Might use that one. It's not that tall. This one might be better. Yeah. Okay. Let's put this one on here. Let's mark that. About there. Now you can do a gusseted pocket if you want to, but I find that the gusseted pockets, unless you've got a lot to put in there, things flop about and fall out. So these days I tend to make them not gusseted unless I have a particular reason or a particular need to have a large area. So we'll ink around this. I'll put a divot in it. There we go. I've got this 2-inch circle punch that I use for this. I just don't go down very deeply, and so I end up with just a nice size thumb notch. So as I said, this is, I'm using my Fabulous Florals digital kit for this, and I'll put a link in the description box to it. There, I'll put a link to the flip through that shows you exactly what's in it, and I'll also put a link to where you can purchase it. You can get it on Etsy and on Ko-fi. And there's also a freebie too, so if you wanted to pop over and check out the freebie, download the freebie, you're welcome to. The freebie's on my Ko-fi. I'm not sure whether you can actually put freebies on Etsy. I don't think they allow free things. Not sure, to be honest, but anyway, the freebie's on Ko-fi, and there will be a link to that in the description box. Okay, didn't get it very central, did I? The thumb notch, but there you go. Okay, so let's put one on the back. I don't think that's even straight, to be honest. Okay, let's mark it down there. And where did I mark it there? Put that there. And then I want to get this straight. Yeah, that's not straight. Yep, good size. Thumb notch. Inking. don't know if you can hear that noise in the background, but my husband just said he was going out on his bike for a bit, so if you can hear it, that's what it is. Rightio, so we've got 2 pockets there. Should we put one in here just for the sake of it? I don't know. I don't think I really want to put one in the writing area. So there we go. Now we can decorate the covers. We can put something in the pockets. I've got some embellishments here that I have already made. These are all part of the kit. So we can put something like that in there. I need to make something taller, don't I? I need to make something personally made for that. I need to make a journaling card or something like that to go in there, which I will do. And something like that can go in the pocket there, and we can put, say, this card in there. And what shall we put on the front? Okay. I quite like that on there. And I'll mat that onto a piece of, I could get something like this, mat that on there like that. And then put a flower or something on there. Okay, so let's do that. Let's put this stuff in here. Let's mark this. I don't know how this fares as far as clogging up is concerned, so I'm going to put my little pin in there and mark about there and about there. I'll trim that down. So this is just the tea dyed paper, the same paper that I used for the journaling pages inside of the little booklet. If you could see the mess to the side of my desk, I guess you've all been in the same situation, haven't you? Okay, stick that down onto that. So this is backed with some file folder. I didn't know what I was going to be using it for, so I like to have some things ready to just pop into pockets, and that's what I thought this would probably end up doing. How's that looking? too bad. Okay. Well, so far, I'm quite impressed with this glue. I'll show it to you. It's that oil craft glue, and I got it at Bunnings. And 500 mils of it cost me $15, so it's pretty good compared to art glitter glue, which I have been using. Okay, so now we could put that sideways on there, or we could put it long ways. I think I'm inclined to go with long ways. So let's attach that. You could also, you know, pop this up on some cardboard or something like that if you wanted to add a bit more dimension. But I'm going to be popping this in a pocket, so I don't want it to be too thick. Put a bit of cheesecloth down here. Perhaps a bit bigger piece than that. So this is just some coffee dyed cheesecloth that I dyed one time when I was doing some paper. I'm going to cut, that's the selvage there, I'm going to cut that off. And just fray that out a bit. I'm just going to pop that on there and get a flower. Do I want to put it up there, or do I want to put it down here? I like it down there. So that's where it will go. Now you can like stitch this into your signature if you haven't already attached your signature to your cover. You can put it in a pocket. You can attach it with, say, a paper clip or something like that inside your journal. And have a bit of glue poking out there. Okay. Alright, so this is the journal. This is my ideas journal, and this is going to go in it. Now I could just paper clip that in there, or I could put a pocket on here and put it in a pocket, but it's fairly bulky for a pocket, isn't it? Put it in a pocket. Let me have a look. Yeah, I could put it in a pocket like that, but this is the ideal place for a gusseted pocket when you're going to put something bulky like this in. So what I think I will do is put a gusseted pocket. Why isn't that going back in properly? Put a gusseted pocket on the front cover, maybe. Here. Yes, I can use this. As I said, this is my ideas book, so it's not pretty. Okay. So I want it to be that wide. And that is 5 7/8, say. So I'm going to add an inch. Like that. Then I'm going to score that at 1/2 inch on each edge. 1/2 inch there and 1/2 inch there and 1/2 inch on the bottom. Going to cut those corners out. And I'm just going to cut a little angle on the top, just to the fold line, then they can fold under. Thumb notch. Hang on with this. And that. Okay. Let's attach that on there. Yep. Now, I'm not going to do it now, but I will do it. I'm going to make a journaling card to go in here, and I'll put a tab on it, and I'll make a tag to go in here, and I'll put a tab on that as well. And then that will fit in there like so. Might have to start another journal, I think, because this is starting to get a bit too bulky. Actually, I don't like it there. I'm going to put it on a page with a clip, if I can find the page. On this side page. Find a page that's got nothing on it. Might be a bit of a tricky thing. There we go. And I've got some paper clips here. So I'm going to put that on there like that. I like that better because that paper clip's holding that more closed. In the pocket there that was open, you know, it was free to open as much as it wanted to, and I didn't want it to open. So there we go. So that's our project for today. So that's made with an envelope. We've got decorated here with pattern paper. We've got a pocket here. It probably wouldn't hurt you if you put, you know, some pattern paper in there to cover that white up, or you could ink in there if you wanted to. Then we've got a pocket here with a little something in it. We've got plenty of journaling space here. We've got another pocket here with another pocket inside of that, and then we've got our back cover, and then we're attaching that in our journal with a paper clip. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you can join me when I post my next video. If you've enjoyed the video, I'd love it if you would give me a thumbs up, and if you're new, perhaps subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. So until next time, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.